Hey, hello everybody! We are back with one of my favorite series of all time. We are back with Scarlet Hollow because they released a new chapter. If you guys haven't played this game, but you guys watch me, this is a visual novel, so if you guys don't like visual novels, I wouldn't recommend watching this video. And if you do want to watch this video, I would recommend watching my previous parts if you haven't already. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, finally time for chapter 5. Wake up! Wake up! Let me pull my chair up a bit. Is this good? I hope so. Sitting down the hall is Setta's intimately cozy cottage. Whoa, oh my god, this is so cool. Still, I have frickin' blood on my screen though. As you stretch, the soft cotton of her sheets slide against your skin. The aches and pains you've accumulated this week feel distant, lessened by the brief lightness Stella has brought to your life. You've had a good night's sleep, and though you can tell it hasn't chased the bone-deep exhaustion away, you feel slightly more whole. Join her in the kitchen. Crossy Matt, hope I wasn't too noisy in here. I wanted you to be able to get some more sleep. I know it's early. Still, it can't be too bad to wake up to somebody making pancakes for you, even if it is at the crack of dawn. Okay, yeah, I have to do this. Like, why wouldn't I do that? You take a step forward, leaning in close. You can feel Stella's smile broaden as you plant a gentle kiss on her cheek. Aw, Frosty Matt, you could do better than that. Before you can pull away, she takes you in her face, in her flour-dusted hands, pressing her soft lips to yours. She smirks as she turns back to the pan. How'd you sleep? Aren't I the host here? Isn't that what I'm supposed to ask you? But I slept great, of course I did. Haha, of course you did, yeah. Thanks again for everything you did yesterday. You have no idea how light I feel right now. I'm curious to see, like, with the other options. Like, if you have a bad relationship with Stella, like, how, like, fucked up she could get. Not that I want to see that. I don't think I want that ending, but I'm just curious to see how different it could be. But it's so nice to wake up here knowing that your face would be one of the first things I see. Thanks for making breakfast. I feel like I barely ate yesterday. I'm sorry. I can't believe you made me pancakes. You're amazing. That's what I would say, I feel like. And that's what this character is. It's the kind of me, I guess. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. No, but I do not have the hot trait, so why am I saying today? Street smart, I will admit, I think I do have that. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I need to make sure today started out special. You've really been there for me this week, Frosty Matt. Making you food is the least I can do. And that's the last one. Let's have ourselves a breakfast feast. I'm gonna check the audio. Like, I hope I can be heard during this, and it's not too loud. Okay, I think that should be good for the volume now. Is it good? I think it should be. Zah. Is that good? Stella motions with the pancake laden plate towards the table. You take a seat. Stella motions with the pancake. You take a seat. Take a bite of your pancakes. You take a multi-layered bite of Stella's pancakes. They're incredible. A perfectly crispy crust with a light and fluffy interior, still streaming from the heart of the pan, with a generous pour of maple syrup, adding a flavorful sweetness. A rich, buttery aftertaste lingers on your palate. A stack of these made with love by someone who cares about you is a perfect way to start your day. Should we talk about Reese? Stella seems to choke slightly on her bite of food. Oh, I guess I'm not sure what more there is to say. He's some kind of monster that's currently out there, roaming the countryside. And somehow, I, a professional cryptid hunter, and one of his best friends never had any clue. I'm honestly so embarrassed. I just hope he's stuck around town. I know he kind of attempted murder last night. But he's a nice guy. He probably just lost his head for a second. Who wouldn't in a situation like that? I hope we run into him today. I'd like to get to know the real Reese. Maybe I can get him to do an interview for my channel. Wayne stopped by while you were in the shower last night. Wouldn't be around today. Good. Bus into the Forbidden Wing today. So what's the plan for today? Ooh, okay, so chapter 5, I think you go with the character you romance, and if you're alone, maybe Wayne comes with you? That's my suspicion, at least. Unless you could just go purely alone, even without Wayne. Wade? What if we just take a chill one, no goals, no mysteries, before I leave? Nah. Uh... Wayne stopped by while you were in the shower last night. Boy, that's scary. This is my house. I live here. What did he want? He said Tabitha wouldn't be around today. What a coincidence. I was going to suggest snooping around at the estate, and unless Wayne is lying, which maybe he is, it sounds like today's the perfect opportunity. Maybe it's not. Okay. How can we be sure Tabitha won't be there? I trust Wayne, but I also don't want him. Okay, yes, I don't trust Wayne, but I trust him on this. Falling apart and really hard to get around in. As soon as Tabitha told me the Forbidden Wing was forbidden, I needed to see what's in there. I broke into the Forbidden Wing on Monday and didn't find too much. The place was falling apart and hard to get around in. I don't trust Wayne, but I trust him on this. I like that line. It does seem like he knows a lot that's going about the goings on, even if he's creepy. Even if he is creepy, so it's settled. The estate is our next destination. This is gonna be so much fun. You have no idea how long I wanted to go in there and see what's in all those dusty rooms. I couldn't exactly sneak in when Verlaine was around, but now this is practically begging to be subjected to the subject of my next video. Alright, pancakes have been eaten, and I'm fueled up for today's activities. So let's head out. Can I get a group going with me? Stella stands up, Gretchen hopping down from her chair to stand at Stella's side, and the two of them lead you to the door and out in the chilly morning air. The walk through the town is quiet. It's early, and though you can smell the diner cooking up breakfast for hungry miners and brewing coffee for cops to sip while ignoring the horrors plaguing Scarlet Hollow, Main Street is deserted. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world, watching the sun rise over the library. The state, oh my god, why can't I speak today? Why? Every time I play this game, I can't speak. The state looms over the three of you? Huh? Who else is here? Over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been, as if the small bit of time you spent away in a warm house, oh, Gretchen? Okay. Has made the crumbling more unbearable. Wow, I can barely remember the last time I made it up my way up that hill. Perlane didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Your aunt had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up up at the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. It's sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to look a lot farther away from the house, but it's climbed a lot of ground. The place looks like it could fall any day now. Yeah, it does look really bad. It used to be such a beautiful house. Damn, it does look already worse. Together you cross the threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal the familiar dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives the place a new feeling, like you have complete ownership of the place, and that any secret it once held are yours to be uncovered. If only you can figure out where to look. You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Jeez, the place has really gone to the dogs since the last time I was here. Everything feels so much older and disused. I can't believe Tabitha is still living here. I'm sure she has a lot of memories tying her to the place, but it feels like it could come down around our ears any second. So, where to first? Let's go to my bedroom first. Ooh, got something up there you want to show me? Stella gives you a flirtatious wink. Lead the way. No, I don't actually. I wasn't gonna actually. Oh, I thought she would think I was gonna have sex. Oh, the more Gretchen and Fufu start growling at each other. Uh-oh, this is gonna be trouble. Gretchen lets out a short. Oh, that would be sick to have talk with animals. Okay. You hear her gallop down the stairs, undoubtedly returning to her spot in the kitchen. Gretchen is victorious. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Perlane's old room, right? Tabitha really wasted no time getting this place turned over for guests. Someone has been here. The closet is wide open and its contents have been dragged out into the room. A discolored? Yeah. Th discolored residues smeared on some of the large boxes, giving you a hint as to who might be behind the invasion of privacy. Wayne. Holy shit. That mess has got to be Wayne, right? I think I know if you were that messy. Does that mean this is where Perlane died? Checking on the opossum. Is he still there? Blizzard and the larger one that joined it. No! But they're gone, even the bread remains. It's just an empty drawer. Oh, are you getting changed? I could give you some privacy, or not, whichever. Now, all those clothes have a possum stink on them, but the possums are nowhere to be found. Those nasty finally hope he's okay. There's usually a little opossum in there. I hope he's okay. Aw, possums are so cute. Weird that one lives in the drawer right next to where you sleep, but I guess I'm sorry he's wandered off. And I'm glad you took that shower at my place. Oh, so doing a shower actually matters? You slide the drawer shut. Does that mean this is where Perlane died? I want to know. Tabitha hasn't really said anything about it, but she died in her sleep, so... Oh, okay, yeah, so she did die here. I thought that was a dumb question to ask. It's okay now, you can just sleep in my bed for the rest of the week. Aw, if Tabitha gets mad, oh well. She shouldn't have made you sleep in a dead lady's bed without even telling you. The closet was not like this yesterday morning. Sir room's been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out. You and Stella crossed the room to investigate the open closet door. What? The back of it, why is it so big? The back of it hangs slightly ajar. It looks like it was never a solid wall at all, but rather a door, previously hidden. Behind the pile of boxes and paper that was dragged out of the way overnight, there is no doorknob, only a small circle of metal where a doorknob would be, punctured with a keyhole. Is that a hidden door? Yes, I knew it. I knew there was going to be hidden passages. I knew too, honestly. I mean, I didn't know, but it makes sense. Stella whips out her camera, nearly fumbling and dropping it in excitement, but she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet at the sliver of light from the room beyond. Tellers, you're not going to believe this. We're here in the Scarlet Estate trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town, and have just uncovered this hidden door in Frosty Matt's closet. Don't you think Tabitha's gonna get mad at you? Like, no, I don't care about that. Wayne is behind this. Does that mean Wayne knows about the layout of this Scarlet Estate? Probably. So, what is Wayne like? Wayne and Tabitha dated, right? That was confirmed. So I'm trying to think if I can figure out what really is going on here. Did Tabitha kill Wayne to somehow bring her mom back to life? I don't know. I'm really starting to wonder what he has to do with all of this. I don't like how close he seems to think he is with you, but maybe he knows what's going on. Guess we found our way into the Forbidden Wing. You're gonna be the death of me, Stella. Ooh. Oh, do I go in though? Yeah, he made this way too easy. It feels like, but yeah, but he wants me going in. No, if Wayne wanted to do something to me, he would have, but he definitely wants me to see something. So either he's trying to manipulate me, uh, we're going in. Fuck it, we're going in. That's right! You both step forward, Stella filming as she dramatically opens the door, its hinges creaking appropriately. Like, how am I not going to open that door? The room you find yourselves in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper is peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already you could see why Tabitha would be so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like a place for humans anymore. Stella continues forward, excitedly, camera held up to catch every detail. You follow her into the hallway beyond the small, forgotten room. Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of the Scarlet Estate. Even if we don't find anything supernatural in here, this is already great stuff. Whoa, this place looks cool. Before you is a long hallway, age-stained curtains fluttering in the breeze, flowing in through cracked glass. Weak sunlight illuminates the dust dancing on the air. An ornate entryway, its doorway long gone, breaks the monoto monotony. Monotony? Why can't I speak today? Why is my camera so laggy? Is it good? Yes, it was just like a small lag, I think. Breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Oh, those are fresh prints. So Wayne's probably here. She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway. Looks like our friend has been doing the same exploring on his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in here. Yes, let me investigate. You both make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. Whoa. It seems like some kind of entertainment room. The sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people wanted to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here. You're already weak in lungs, aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There is a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Geez, it's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before this half of the house decides to finish falling off the cliff. Damn it, spilled water on me. Something else catches Stella's eye as she turns her camera toward a bookshelf at the end of the parlor. A hidden room? Oh man, the fans are gonna love this! Examine the painting. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting. And then there are the places you've yet to see. The church, as well as the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. So I could have seen the church, I'm pretty sure, in one of the... Yeah, I could have seen the church, but I don't think you could see the homestead. Unless there's a way to visit it, I just don't know. And that would be our little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. I knew it. I knew they're trying to bring someone back from the dead or something. It has to be something like that. Ooh, I feel like writing something like that is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this. Let's let this be a lesson to all my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. So all two of you, maybe. Investigate the hidden room. Stella gives you a helpful boost over the wide crack in the floor, her strong hands hoisting you across with ease. Together you duck between the shelves, entering the dark room. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. Damn, this is so beautiful though, it looks insane. Like, I'm not even paying attention to all these details. Like, everything, I don't think everything means something, but it's really cool, everything. Ugh, I hate being sick. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures, nestled between the cabinets. A single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells. "Shh, Gretchen, we wouldn't want anybody to find us here. Who knows, they might try to seal it back up. Amontillado style. I don't get that." Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space. This is it, Stellars. The kind of find every urban explorer hopes for. A hidden room, locked away in the Scarlet Estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsakes no one was ever supposed to find. They weren't counting on a couple investigative documentarians like us to go looking, but here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past wide open. Investigate documentarians? Is that what YouTubers are? Examine the desk. I'm not gonna say that because I know what YouTubers are. You step toward the desk, maybe there's something worth finding in its drawers. Open the top drawers. The top drawers mostly contain old-timely letters, writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter open in a wax stamping kit, emblazoned with the initials ES. The wax seems lightly gnawed. Is that Enoch's Scarlet? Yeah, it's Enoch, right? Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents, scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature in the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. And hidden among the documents, you find an ancient photograph. A stern blond man stares up at from the detritus at the bottom of the drawer, a face you're surprised to find you recognize. That's for, oh yeah, it's Teddy. I was about to say it because it's from the dream. It's a man, yeah, yeah, from the vision, not dream. It's the man from your vision, the one in the hospital bed. Hey, I've seen that before. That's the picture of Theodore they put in the local history books. That's your great uncle or something, the one who died in the collapse. Tell Stella about your vision. I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Enoch said he was working with a witch and that she'd be able to help him find things, but this was in the hospital after the collapse. He and Enoch talked in the hospital afterwards. Teddy was supposed to. This is more important, I think, for her to know. But this was in the hospital after. Oh no, this. Oh yeah, okay, this is. With fixings. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Stella focuses the camera on you as you explain the vision you saw yesterday. She's clearly shocked by this revelation, drinking in every word, eyes growing wide. Oh my god, my voice. A witch? And then somehow they managed to convince the whole town that Teddy died in the collapse? But if he didn't, and some witch was involved, sounds to me like your family has more than just Charlie Shaw's skeleton in their closet. Explore street smart. Feel around for anything you might have missed. As you search for anything more notable among the contents of the drawer, you notice something peculiar. An irregularity in the molding along the top edge of the desk, almost as if it had been removed and replaced at some point. You slip a hand into the drawer, feeling along what would usually be solid oak at the top of the desk. But this space is clearly hollow, your fingers making light knocking sounds as they fumble against the wood. Fortunately, it's a very simple lock, and you have years of experience. In moments, the secret door slides open, revealing its treasures. Whoa! Oh my god, a lot of reading. It's a bundle of notes. As the pages unfold, Stella's eyes grow wide. Isn't that the symbols? Oh my god, I just realized that. Scrolled on the first page is a design you find familiar. Oh my god, freaking straight smart is the best skill to have. Scrolled on the first page is a design you find familiar. It's the stone from that pit in the mines. Its many arm design scratched into the paper by an untrained hand. There are more here, and little notes next to them. The handwriting is terrible. I don't even think some of this is in English, but looks like this one says prosperity. There are other drawings here, some of which you find familiar. The go-head carving from what was once the town hall, and the circle of the figures from the clinic. There are notes scrawled into the margins around designs, most either illegible or written in some language you don't understand, though a few words stand out. Prosperity, next to the stone from the mines, Dominion, paired with the stone from the town hall. Vitality with the clinic. Okay. So that's already three. So which one am I missing here from what I've done already? Prosperity, mine, Dominion from the town hall. So which one? I have chapter one. Well, wait, no, chapter one we didn't find any stones, right? It was chapter two. So these are all the ones, yeah, we found so far. Okay, let me see if I don't think they're gonna leave. Oh, land. I can't even read all that. Seeds, okay. The remaining captions seem to read Spirit, Bounty, and Throne, all attached to designs you don't recognize. So that's probably what I'm gonna find. Spirit, Bounty, Throne. That's what I have to remember. Spirit, Bounty, Throne. Step away from, wait, no. Open the bottom drawer. Seem that even after all those years, the lock still holds. Not a problem. Ha ha! Yes! Let's go! It's the opossums! You're surprised to see familiar faces staring up at you from within a nest of old glass files. It's the little opossums from your room. It seems they too found their way into the forbidden wing. Gretchen barks and strains to get at the poor beast, breaking the eerie silence of the forbidden wing with a cacophony of doggy wrath. The possums in turn fall over and feign death. Please, Gretchen, calm down. I'm not letting you go after poor little opossums. You don't even have teeth. This isn't a fight you're gonna win. Stella reaches out a foot, holding the squirming Gretchen close to her chest, and slides the drawer shut. The opossums are safely stored away where the bloodthirsty, toothless pug can't try to wrap her gums around their little throats. Step away from the desk. You step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Go back to the hallway. Let's see where those footprints lead. This is actually really cool. I'm guessing each character is different, so I could probably do this with all the characters. You find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. As you take in the surroundings, Stella slowly pans the camera down the length of the hall, working to build dread and tension for her future viewers. She clears her throat again, resuming her narration in a charmingly professional hosting voice. Clearly, Frosty Matt and I are not the only people who have passed through the supposedly forbidden wing. Who knows? We might wind up running into someone else sneaking around here. If you're watching this as found footage, after the two of us went missing, now you know where to start looking for our bodies. She drops the camera after her morbid joke, her voice returning to its usual casual cadence. Looks like the footprints go all the way down this hallway into the far door. Approach the window. Yeah, let's look out the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. Is that just cliff? That sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the top of the distant trees. The ground having crumbled away, the only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Jesus. Try to move the boxes from in front of the door. You do your best to shove the box out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You can practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with the effort, but try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. Then they seem to cement themselves in place, and you find yourself gasping for breath after another few desperate pushes. Here, let me help you with that. You don't need to go straining yourself, what with the whole, overnight graying situation. Stella steps in, pushing the stack away with a bit of strain. Damn, Stella, you're strong. So Stella, like, if each character has traits, would Stella be strong build and street smart? I feel like that's what she'd be. Wow, seems like somebody was trying to keep whatever was in here extra secret. Joke's on them, that just makes me want to tell everyone about it even more. Explore Edwardine's bedroom. Whoa, her ladyship chambers. That's crazy. So I guess if you come alone, no one can help you if you're also injured. Maybe if like you're not injured like this, maybe you don't need strength build. Maybe you just need like normal health. The room is cold and empty. The large antique bed is made, its sheets ancient and dusty, but still somehow giving off the feeling of tidiness. Even with the cobwebs stretched each corner of its four posters frame. Wow, there's like so much to explore here. There's probably so much to do in this estate that like I won't even see certain sides. I think that's what they said, that this one branches out a lot. Search the desk. Another desk. You step toward the desk, its drawer practically overflowing with stationery. You start opening drawers, each one filled with paper stacked haphazardly, practically spelling out as you attempt to dig through for anything important. All these bills and receipts are in Edwardine's name. Guess we know whose desk this is. The rest of the room is so neat and tidy, it's amazing that her drawers are such a hoarder's nest of old paper. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Scarlet Ladies have always been like this, pretending they have everything together on the surface, then being a total mess on the side. On the inside. Sounds like Tabby to a T. Uh-oh, don't tell her I said that. When you reach the bottom right drawer, you find something entirely different. Greeting cards, letters, small wrap packages, some open, some sealed, some crumpled into messy balls. You open one of the cards. Both pages are taken up by a handwritten note. Tabby, hope you're doing well. Not a day goes by that I don't miss you. Hope Perlane treats you to your best Christmas yet. I'm not sure what sort of doodads you're into these days, so I said, "Aw, this is Stella." I made sure they were the best shells of the bunch. Not sure how rare any of them are, but they're awful. They're awful pretty, and they've still got that beach smell. And make sure you put your ear up to them. It doesn't compare to the real thing, but comes close enough. She said Tabby, right? So this is probably what Stella sent to Tabby. And in case you think that makes me a cheapskate, I made sure to send along a little cash to you so you can get yourself something a little nicer than a glorified beach trash. Make sure you get Perlane to take you to the nice toy store because that's where I'd take you if I was there. If you get the time, I'd love to hear from you. I miss you so much, Tabby, and I'm always thinking of you. You can come out and visit me anytime. I know you've always wanted to see what it looks like out east. Wait, is this Stella? Who is this? I made sure to write out my ad. Wayne! Is this Wayne? Oh my god, this has to be Wayne, right? I made sure to write my address on the back of this card just in case you didn't know how to get a hold of me. Been missing you, my incredible, wonderful, amazing daughter? All my love, Dad. Oh my god, is right, Stella. Stella lowers the camera, averting its gaze from the deeply personal letters. Tabby said her dad never tried to get in touch, that he just abandoned her. We pull out another, from closer to the top of the pile. Happy birthday, Tabby, it's me again, your old dad. So the big 2-0, I can't believe my daughter is such an adult. In my mind, you're still that bouncy little kid doing cartwheels on the front lawn, telling me what various sound animals make like you're the professional of animal noises, professor of animal noises. I have no idea if you read these, but I'll keep writing them, even if sometimes it feels like I'm writing them to a ghost. I mean, we haven't spoken in almost 15 years. Wait, so this is kind of recent, right? You're a whole human being now, and I have no idea what you're like. I like to think we'd get along, though. As always, my address is on the back. I hope you'll decide to come visit me one of these days. I've got a guest room all set up, just in case. I'm always ready for you, kid. Aww. I love you and I always will, no matter how you turned out to be. Love, Dad. There are years and years of these. The bottom drawer, oh my god, my throat. The bottom drawer is almost entirely unopened envelopes. Dated from when Tabitha would have been just a kid, all from him. Wait, so did she never know her dad? It kind of looks like Edwardine and Perlane were keeping these from Tabitha on purpose for practically her entire life. I don't even know if we should tell her. I mean, there could have been a good reason, right? Like maybe he was awful and telling her would just be painful and dredge up bad memories, but no, you have to tell her. We should tell her, but let's pretend they were in one of those boxes in my room. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Oh, smart. She wouldn't have to know we were back here. That's actually really smart. Stella stuffs a handful of letters into her bag. Okay, let's search the closet next. Next, you make your way to the closet. It's as lifeless and tidy as the rest of the room. I'm actually dying, but I will get this through. For you guys and also for me. And also, I don't think it's as fun if I don't talk over it, because otherwise I'm just sitting here in silence. It seems Edwardine kept things neat and orderly, or as neat and orderly as she could, considering the decaying state of the place. This looks to me where Perlane would go shopping for Tabby's clothes. It's exactly the sort of thing she wears. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen her in that dress before. The only thing here besides her clothes and shoes is a box, shoved off to one side. You pick it up. Child-size overalls, striped shirts, and a small pair of trousers with the suspender still attached. One of those little sailors, one of those little sailor suits boys from the 50s were always wearing. Boys' clothes. That's weird. When was the last time a boy was born into the family? Earlier than you. Mommy, I am in here I am in here and I'm in here too. Oh, mommy, I am in here too and I love you? A note is revealed tucked away in the bottom of what? It's scrawled in an almost illegible handwriting, written in the back thumb, cracked with age. I already read that, so I didn't read it again. What the? As Stella handles the note, Gretchen anxiously stomps on the floorboards. What's in the floor? It's okay, Gretchen, you don't have to squirm so much. It's just paper. Really, really creepy paper. Stella zooms in on the unsettling note, making sure the camera takes in every detail. Okay, I got the footage I need. You should put that back before you get a curse from it or something. You drop the note back in the box, once again covering it with clothes. Folks, what you just saw was found in the bottom of a box boy's clothes hidden away in Edwardine Scarlet's closet. Yet the only children she supposedly ever had were two girls. This mystery is getting so thick, it's gone from gumbo to gravy. I found records yesterday, and actually, Edwardine had a stillborn boy, middle name Charles. What if this is Wayne? Sal's eyes go wide. No way, you're not just winding me up, right? Because that is a bombshell. I mean, do you think Charlie, but then, oh my god. Okay, hear me out. What if he wasn't stillborn? I mean, he would have been a bastard son, right? And with Enoch the way he was, and the fact that your family has the whole Southern Gothic thing going on. See, I knew they were Southern. I hope we find more about this. Forget about gravy. This mystery just boiled over. You're done here, return to the hallway. Me and Stella return to the hallway. Enter the middle room. There's so much to explore. This is awesome. Oh boy, we've got a haunted nursery, everybody. Check the bookshelf. I don't care if it's creepy. The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material, from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be interested in fun and fiction as they were in uh, diction and spelling. Your family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. Read a few writing practice books, gently turning the near crumbling pages. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much reading. I apologize for that, that was horrible. Reasons mommy should take me and Marley Bell to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls, and I've not cried for a whole week. 2. Mary Bell says elephants are so big, and I would like to see. I think it's misspelled on purpose because it's a child. I think it would be very fun, and mommy would have a good time. What else is? Oh, hole is also. Is this a clue? Or is this just misspelled because she's bad? So like wood and where was wood? And I would like yeah, that's wrong. That is wrong. Like you see. And why is there a one again there in the three? And mom would have a good time. All are signed with the carefully scrolled signatures of Alexandra Scarlet. You flip through the rest of the books. Your eyes unfocus as the many practice sentences and letters copying pages flash by, but something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, today I, Alexander, continues with, talked to the boy in the wall. Why do you think of like hawk to? The boy in the wall, are you kidding me? People are going to think I planted this or something. It's just too creepy. Hold on a minute. The little boy closed, the notes, the fact that Edward Dean had a bastard son at some point, now a boy in the wall? This is all starting to add up. That is true. Hey, hold on. This encyclopedia has something sticking out of it. If Daddy plays with me and Mary Bell, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mommy and Grandpa took us to work, if me and Mary Bell and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic, all signed with the careful scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. Do we even know who Alexandra Scarlet is? I don't remember from the previous chapters, honestly. There's a strange fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone is smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing. And yet it feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn. Expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. There are less joyful illustrations, as well as Daddy napping, shows their father sleeping in a chair, a bottle of brown liquid, conspicuously drawn on the table next to him. The girls hovering in the doorway, some distance away. So there's 3 kids. Mommy going to work. Shows the girls carrying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. Wow, these are awful. The viewers are going to eat this up. You get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. The two girls. Oh, is that just a doll or something? The two girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces. Boy in the wall, okay. The boy in the wall. There he is again! I'm assuming at this point that he was definitely real. I wonder what he looked like, or if they ever actually saw him. Stella makes sure to linger on the image, getting plenty of B-roll on the scribbled lines. You're done here. You Stella make your way back to the hallway. Alright, let's keep going. Approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Someone left it open for you. Wayne, obviously. Gretchen begins to shake in fear, whining meekly as she glances around the room with wide, anxious eyes. It's okay, Gretchen. It's just a big empty room. There's nothing to be scared of. Stella crosses the room, training the camera on the door on the far side. Like the way you entered it too has been left ajar, as if inviting you to explore what might be behind it. The door to this room seems like they would be almost totally invisible if they hadn't been left open. There aren't handles or anything, just keyholes. So it's gotta be a hidden passage. Amazing, your family really pulled out all the stops when it comes to creepy stuff. Follow Stella. You exit into the short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors, but there's also another door. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The doorframe itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. Holy shit, what the? Wait, is this? Oh my god, Reese? Is that Reese? Holy shit. Gretchen whining reaches a fever pitch. Jeez, okay. I get the scary room is too scary for a little dog like you. You don't have to go in. Just don't go running off anywhere. See how the edge of the door is all messed up? Looks to me like something didn't want to be put back in there. Oh, is there another creature like? I mean, we know there's a bunch of like creatures and stuff, so we obviously don't know what was in there. Stella steps into the little room. So wait, so there's a bed there. So who was kept stuck in here? Oh my god! What happened, Stella? You step forward to join her, Gretchen remaining rooted to the floor outside. What the hell? This was a prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches. Are we gonna get locked in? Legible words mixed with the nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall. It fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold it imprisoned. You can't help but notice that the extra doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed. Yeah, 'cause that got moved. One eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Look at all these scratches in the walls. Did a person do all this? I can't imagine how much it would have hurt. It stinks too, like nothing I've ever smelled before. I've been in sewer drains that smelled better. Abby? What happened here, Frosty Matt? What the hell happened here? Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters dug as deep into the brick. Is it these ones? Could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. That all used to be in my closet. Stella walks over to the doll and examines it. Property of Alexandra. Kids always talked about how she went missing. It's one of our town's urban legends. I wonder if they were ever found her body. Was she like erased and she was locked up in here? Maybe there wasn't a body to find. Hmm. Your subscribers are going to go nuts for this. Um, do you think Tabitha? It's a possibility. I don't even know what to say. Wait, yeah, this is what I was thinking about. The boy in the wall, and then Alexandra. This doesn't all feel like old skeletons in the closet either. The smell is too fresh, and some of those locks on the doors are modern. Stella lets this statement hang in the air. I just hope Tabitha didn't know about all this. Do you think it's possible that the whole time we knew each other, all those nights we stayed up late talking, she might have known this existed? No, no, she didn't know. She wouldn't have let something like this happen. Let's just get out of here before anyone slams the door shut on us or... You and Stella are interrupted by the sound of rapping around you. Music. The piano! The tingling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand, they echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall, one you've yet to travel. You hear that creepy music, right? Stella seems uncharacteristically shaken. She clutches at your arm, the camera oh, I feel so bad. Oh my god, someone else is in here. You know who this has gotta be. It's Wayne trying to be dramatic and mysterious. Though it seems to be working, and you can tell from the wild-eyed look in Stella's eyes as she stares down the length of the hallway. There's something strangely compelling about it too, like he's giving you a personal invitation, asking you to come in rather than forcing you for another confrontation. The two of you stagger back into the hall. Do you think it's him? Wayne? Stella seems to swallow her momentary fear, straightening back and letting the light return to her features. If it's him, he could have information. He seems like he knows a lot about what's been going on in this town. And who knows, maybe he'd be more willing to talk now that we found all those secrets your family has been hiding. If Wayne wants to talk to me so badly, you can ditch the theatrics and just talk to me. Let's leave. For someone, and go back to... No way am I going to looking for some spooky guy playing the music. We'll go talk to... Take her hand and follow the music. Mm, I'm gonna take her hand. Take her hand and follow the music. Wayne clearly set all this up for you to see. It's only right for you to hear what he has to say. You silently take Stella's hand, squeezing tightly as you pull her towards the music. Come on, Gretchen, I'll carry you. Stella swoops up to Gretchen, the pug still visibly shaking with the fear this place seemed to instill in her, though Stella's comforting grip seems to ease her poor little doggy spirit. That's right, my little old lady. Nothing bad happened, besides being shaken to my core, I guess. But nothing physical. That's good. Oh, so does that mean something physical could have happened? We're just seeing one scary man and then we're leaving. Her grip is firm and warm and reassuring, and together you make your way down the hall to the source of the eerie music. Damn. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once the servants' quarters, a network of cramped uh, passageways hidden away behind the expansion rooms of the estate, without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper in the bowels of the Scarlet Estate, the echoing piano your only companion. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edge of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceiling and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step up from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. But as you make your way to one of the side rooms, utterly dark save for the open doorway, on the far wall the music stops. There's no warning, no gentle fade, or dramatic slamming of keys. Damn! That is crazy visuals. When you make your way into the music room, Wayne's already standing there, his eyes glimmering in the darkness behind his stained veil. I'd hope you come alone. Well, you'd better get used to me being around, because your days of harassing Frosty Matt are over. From now on, you'll have to harass the both of us. Aw. That's alright, you can enjoy your slatter. You and I are already bound by our fates. Huh? You need to come to understand that. To understand that, we expect to help anyone, yourself included. We're running out of time. Answers call. Angel of music. He slips away into the shadows. What did you just call me? Whatever, let's just leave, yeah? And I think we've seen enough, and the floor down here feels like a good giveaway, and throw us down the cliff at any second. The warmth you and Stella shared last night seems to fall apart in the fresh air, shaken by the unearthed secrets of your family's past. A tense silence holds between the two of you as your mind does its best to grapple with what you found. The cell, the doll, Enoch's occult sanctuary, the boy in the wall, all his outfits in Edwardine's closet. Is it possible your cousin has known about all this? This music is crazy. Your eyes dart back up to Stella. Her gaze is fixed on something non-existent, point from far off in the distance, and you can only try to imagine what she might be thinking of. Maybe she feels you're connected in some impossible way to what you've discovered. If you carry whatever went on there in your blood. And Tabitha. Tabitha would have lived under the same roof and as that cell her entire life. The silence feels like a terrible thing, like detritus clogging the air, suffocating the fragile growth of a barely formed relationship. There's feeling that the longer you wait to say something, anything, the more your tentative relationship will unravel. Second, to say something, say anything. Just break this awful silence. Here, I had nothing to do with any of that. I don't think we can trust my cousin. Maybe, do you think Tabitha, oh, what do I say? Do you think, do you think Tabitha knows? What? Absolutely not, Tabitha. Tabby's not the kind of person to lock someone away in some sort of dungeon. I know her. She's not the sort of person who would keep something like that hidden from me. Let's just say for a second that we can't trust her. Why would we ever risk tipping our hand and letting her in on what we know? My cousin's driving a wedge between us. Yes, this is good. I don't think. Okay, I get it, but if we're not going to Tabitha, then what are we going to do? We have to do something. That was good because this way, like, we trust each other. No, Finder, confronting Tabitha right now is the only thing that makes sense. Everything else I can think of, we'll have to see Tabitha. We have to go to Tabitha. We just have to trust Tabitha. No, fine, you're right. Confronting Tabitha right now is the only thing that makes sense. You already know how I feel about making this a confrontation, but at least we're giving her a chance to talk to us. And I did the hot thing, so we trust each other, and she'll hopefully be on my side. There are no picketeers outside the mine today. The only sound is the constant low industrial clanking of unending productivity, the only sign of life, the slow-moving machinery beyond the rickety chain link fence. The Scarlet Hollow mines are ticking along as they always have. There's nothing here to stop you from seeing your cousin. Alright, looks like the coast. Oh, so if there was like a big lineup or something, or if there was a big picket line because of the strike, maybe I couldn't see my cousin. That is nice. You and Stella make your way through the front gates and up the short path to your cousin's office. Stella doesn't bother to knock before twisting the door open and confidently stepping into the trailer. Tabby? Stella? Frosty Matt, what are you doing here? Why are you holding a shotgun? I clean it sometimes. Guns need that kind of thing. You know that. Oh, fuck. Whoa, my god! And this one has seen more action lately than usual. Needs some attention, that's all. So you two are still together, even the light of day? Your long night just turned into a long morning, huh? How sweet. Let's not do the small talk today, Tabby, please. Stella pulls up a chair and the two of you sit down across from your increasingly anxious cousin. Hey, I didn't say you could sit. We just came from the Forbidden Wing, Tabby. Have you been there? Stella, what were you thinking? You know not to go in there. That's not a no. She's avoiding the lie, but it's still there. Okay. Okay, so after you find out she's lying, I know, I'm sorry, but the stuff we found in there, Tabby, your family hid so much from you. You deserve to know. So I thought we weren't going to just tell her we broke in. Tabitha, before you say anything, Stella is being way more open-minded than I am right now. Tabitha, what have you been up to? What are you hiding from us? Tabitha, we found birthday cards from your dad and there are lots of them. Yeah, no need to interrupt. You can let Stella do the talking. I think this is good too. No, but I don't trust her. You quietly sit back, letting Stella continue. Like, Enoch's study, it was behind an old bookcase, and there was all this occult stuff in there. Well, like, being into the cult, is that surprising? He was a rich man in the early 1900s. Of course he was going to be into the occult. That was like a hobby back then. You know I know that. I wouldn't have come all the way out here if that was it. We also found these old clothes in Grandma Eddie's rooms, boys' clothes, and a freaky note that looked like it might have been written in blood. It said, "I'm still here, and I love you," or something. I don't know what that means, but it was... Oh, I thought my mic was quiet. I don't know what that means, but it was in plastic. She clearly wanted to keep it. And these birthday cards from your dad, all stashed in a drawer. Oh, what? Someone had been hiding them from you. Tabby, he loves you. He sent them every year. Stella's being, Yeah, do you want to see the cards? We brought some of them with us. Yeah, do you... But none of that is even important because at the end of it all, was a cell, a prison cell, somebody was being kept in there. I was trying to, like, be a bit nice, right? Just so, like, she doesn't feel overwhelmed. Maybe that would make her more overwhelmed, but it would be, like, a good sort of overwhelming. At least that's what I think. We found these old notebooks talking about a boy living in the walls too, and I feel like it's just all connected. Especially since there was this creepy old doll in there. I just feel like maybe your family is keeping some of their own kids in their room. And just before we left, we ran into Wayne, and I'm pretty sure he's the one who made sure we found it, but I don't know why. He was all mysterious and called me some old curse word and left. So I think we're going to just put everything on. Just along. Tell us the truth, Tabitha. Why did you invite me here? Now that Engel is trying to take here, we can also be on the same side. We're supposed to all be on the same side. The two of you are family. It's not like she had ulterior motives inviting you to her mom's funeral, right? Right, Tabby? When Stella finishes, your cousin gathers herself and locks onto you with his steel gaze. You. You put her back up to this. I know you did. Stella's been a nuisance for years, always pestering me, trying to visit me at work. But even she knew never to cross this line, breaking into my house. You're not that good at this, Frosty Matt. I see exactly what you're trying to do. To turn my only friend against me, to back me in a corner. Isn't that right? Tabby, come on, that's not what's going on at all. I want to hear it from Frosty Matt. I know you didn't see your dad's birthday card, so why would I think you'd seen everything else? There must be a way to put an end to all this stuff, but you don't have to follow your I don't care about you inside. Oh my god, what did they say here? There must be a way to put an end to all this, Tabitha. You don't have to follow in your family's footsteps. See, Frosty Matt, that's what sets us apart, because I do actually. Somebody has to. You mean the mines, right? Just running the mines. Just running the mines, and all that's required to do so. What? The sound of an approaching police. What did you do? What did you do, Tabby? Tabby, you didn't, but when? How? Verlaine had a switch installed in the desk ages ago. A direct line to the police. And mediating party sounded like a good idea right about now, don't you think? But I'm here. I can mediate. I'm good at that. How's this, Tabby? I know you're not to blame for anything we found in this state. Clearly your family has a long legacy of keeping secrets. Okay, I didn't turn on Tabby, but when you find all that out, and she lives in the house, obviously you gotta have a neutral perspective. You can't just be like, oh, she's my friend, I know her, I know she wouldn't do that. You don't know about anything in the houses, or any of the secret passageway or something, so how can you trust her? And I don't feel like we violated your trust by going into that closed-off wing and looking for clues. But look on the bright side. Now we can all try to get on the same page. Doesn't that sound good? Aren't you lonely, keeping all these secrets? Please, Tabitha, I don't want this to end with anyone being dragged off by the police. And what we have on you, don't you think there's a possibility it won't be Frosty Matt who winds up in handcuffs? Oh, do you have any evidence of these supposed crimes, or just footage of old rooms? Maybe an even better question would be, how would you even be willing to use it if you did? Would you even be willing to use? Oh, okay. As much as I could tell you like Frosty Matt, you've known me much longer. I doubt you'd ultimately be willing to turn in an old friend like me. I don't think Frosty Matt is capable of that precision. You're bluffing. I'm going to tell them everything. Then, well, you're really going to do this, aren't you? You're really going to have me arrested, your own cousin. Really goes to Tabitha. I came here for you because I know what it's like to be alone when your mom dies, and this is how you repay me? Yeah, I think I gotta touch her sensitive side. Don't you try that emotional manipulational bullshit on me. You think I don't know freeloader when I see one? I came here for you? Oh yeah, not the free lunch. I doubt it. Tabby, you can't just act like everyone who's helping you is some master manipulator. Okay, my character is a master manipulator though. Stella, quiet. Tabitha sighs, uh, a certainty setting over her. I do wish I could be honest, you know. Really, I wish honesty would do anything. But it's not going to keep the minds running. It's not going to fix the things that are actually broken around here. Because that's what the Scarlets do at the end of the day. We keep the machinery oiled. We make sure its components are replaced when they break. It's a legacy I have to maintain, as cruel and unglamorous as it might seem to anyone else. And I'll keep shouldering that burden alone for as long as I have to. It's what I was born for. You too, Frosty Matt. Though you've been neglecting it for a long time. Okay, Tabby, you're starting to scare me. There's a knock at the office door. Miss Scarlet, permission to enter? You were called, weren't you? Come on in. Fuck! And the cops hate me! This remembers the Scarlet Hollow's police force walks in. Oh my god, I'm cooked. Well, isn't this a pleasant coincidence? I've been looking for you all morning, city slicker. I'm cooked. I am so cooked. Alright, I feel like we're getting close to the climax here. A lot is gonna happen. You're in a lot of trouble, kid. Too much trouble to let you keep wandering around causing mayhem. Oh, so you're already planning to take my cousin in then? As a matter of fact, I was. Yes, Miss Scarlet. See, there have been all these problems around town lately. And I don't need any explanation. Go ahead, be my guest. I want an explanation. Could you possibly be arresting Frosty Matt for? Stella, don't interfere. You and I can talk after Frosty Matt joins the deputy. Talk? Without him? Really? You're handing your last living relative over, no objections? You want to have me fired for abuse of power or anything? No, I think sometime under the lock and key will do my cousin some good. Now, if you could take care of this outside, Miss Richmond and I would appreciate it. You can't just take me, you can't just take me away if I'm not being charged with something. I've done nothing wrong. Tabitha, are you really going to do this to me? I'm the only family we have left. I should. Oh no! Stella, back me up here. You can't just take me away if I'm not being charged with something. I've done nothing wrong. Kid, there's plenty I could get you for, which means I've done literally nothing. Literally, my rights, I have rights. I'm perfectly justified to put you on a 48-hour hold. Oh, I'm gonna miss the ending. It sounds like Miss Scarlet has her own ideas as to what exactly the charges should be. But there will be charges. You hear that, Frosty Matt? You're at my mercy, so you'd better be on your best behavior. I don't want to hear that you gave the deputy a hard time. No! A single smooth police academy motion is all it takes, and the cuffs are locked around your wrists. As you're dragged from the office, Stella calls out to you one last time. It's okay, Frosty Matt. Me and Tabby are gonna work this out. Then we'll come get you and everything will be okay. I promise. Officer Franklin drags you from the office and towards the squad car, tossing you into the backseat and slamming the door. Oh my god. As you're shoved into the car, a voice crackles over the radio. Franklin, pick up already. We ain't got all day, boy. Apology, Sheriff. I was just apprehending Frosty Matt as discussed over the radio. That's nice and all, but we need you up at the farms pronto. Got ourselves a possible 187 brewing. Street Smart, they're talking about Tremaine! They're talking about possible murder. 10-4? Damn, this day just keeps getting crazier. Suppose you'll have to come along. Yes! Suppose you'll have to come along for the ride. Deputy Franklin wastes no time in turning on the sirens, blasting down the road towards whatever emergency is under the way, with you in tow. This is possibly one of the few times he has ever been able to do this, and despite his sunglasses and stiff demeanor, there's definitely an excitement in the way he cruises around the treacherous mountain turns. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? No! You can't do this to me, game! What? That is crazy. With this, please say. I did save my game now. We continue? What does continue mean? Why are you doing this to me, game? Is that really? There were so many options. There was so many stuff that could have happened. Oh my god, I need to replay this. I need to go back and replay this and see that all the other possibilities that could happen. This is insane. This is actually crazy. What? That is insane. That is crazy. This game is so crazy. Oh my, I don't even know what to like. Yeah, okay, so I'm within the Stella path. Damn. Uh, okay, well, I don't even know what to like. I honestly, like, that's crazy. I genuinely don't even, like, yeah, oh, that's insane. Wow. I mean, it's already saved, so it's fine. Jeez, this is... Well, thank you guys so much for watching. This chapter was crazy. I honestly, like, there was so much that happened that I don't even know how to talk about it. We got so much information in the estate with Stella. That was really good. But the problem is I thought I had a good relationship with Tabby. Yeah, I said something like to her at the end there, but that's literally because of what we uncovered. Like, if you see that in someone's house, they probably know about it. Like, if she lived up in this house, that's why, like, I wanted to be neutral, not just be like, oh, she's my cousin, she would never do that. No, like, I actually had to, like, use my brain and think. That was, like, at the start with Stella, that's why I didn't get really close to Stella, because you don't know, like, it's a video game, but I'm trying to build connections with these people. And now, fuck Tabitha. Tabitha actually sucks. I hate her. I don't know the whole story, I don't know everything that's going on, but I don't know if I could trust her. I really don't. I think that's everything for today's video. I wish I could do more. I really wish I could do more, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess that's it for today.